This is a red maple, or the Deshojo maple, and we get them as young plants and then we grow them on to thicken the trunk, and then we structure the tree. So while they're being grown in large flower pots, the tree gets nice and strong. At this time of the year, which is mid-June, these are the shoots that have been produced in the last 2 or 3 weeks. As you can see, they're about 30 centimeters long. This is the current year's wood, and if you want to make cuttings from the shojo, these are the ideal type of material for making cuttings. So you make a heel cutting about that long and insert about half of it into peat and sand. You can use hormone rooting powder and they will root. We get a success rate of about 80 to 90%. So striking cuttings of any Acer palmatum is very, very easy. Right, we will show you how we will structure this tree. It's grown quite a lot. It's in the flower pot. It has a twin trunk. It's a complete mess or tangle of branches. So again, the way we tackle this tree is to create an overall shape. If you wanted to, you could grow these in the ground or in even larger flower pots and let the trunk get really thick. This trunk is only about an inch thick, or 2 or 3 centimeters in diameter, but by growing it in the ground or even larger and larger pots, they will thicken up quite rapidly. So the object always in bonsai, to make it look credible, is to create an interesting and thick trunk. Trident maples have very thick trunk, but most of the Acer palmatum, all the different varieties like the mountain maple and the shojos, Arakawa, they don't always need to have trunks as thick as the tridents, but the thicker the trunk, the more interesting and the more aged the tree will look like. So all these little twigs we can use either as cuttings or just throw it away. This is quite an interesting tree because it has almost a twin trunk, although the twin comes from fairly high up on the tree, but we can still make it quite a credible looking bonsai. We always begin by revealing the trunk and then creating a structure with branches evenly spaced throughout the length of the trunk. So remember that these deciduous trees, however hard we prune at this time of the year, it will regenerate and produce new branches and leaves in a very short space of time. So don't worry about that. You can prune quite hard. Summer pruning of maples is quite good to do because the trees heal very quickly. So whatever cuts you make will heal in a very short space of time. In fact, we prune our big maple garden trees at this time of the year. So by just giving that conical shape, it's beginning to look more like the traditional shape that most bonsai have. There's a branch going backwards, going inwards, so let's get rid of that. This is the leader. It's got quite a nice movement, going zigzag like that. That one is rather vigorous. Let's reduce it a bit to reduce the vigor. Again, I think I removed about 2/3 or more, maybe 80% of the foliage and twigs, just to get into the structure that we will develop for the future. So there you are. That should be the shape of your bonsai from what was an absolute bush. And then we can see how the roots are going. We can always improve the nibari. You put it back in the flower pot and grow it on, but keep control of the structure from now on.